I finally decided to do a layout update. And for our first part of the update, a lot of grass and a lot of rock. Right here's a maintenance area I've been working on. And, you know, if you remember last time, this was all wood over here. Still has the, bare wood like this. So that's a big update. A lot of the engine shops has had this black, sooty gravel put around it. Not so much right here yet because I got to make sure the track connection's all right. But around the sides and over there, there's a lot of it. Um, Still haven't ballasted this one track in the yard here. That'll come last though. I don't really like ballasting. Added some weeds in the yard here. I don't think those were there last time the update happened. And then we'll move on to the next part of the layout. Another part that's been done with the whole gravel, sand, and everything else is this right here. For the longest time, this has not been had any ground cover on it. Right here for the parking lot for the locomotive shops, I've used, static grass. I didn't do the static, but it's the static grass brand. And I've also put this, I don't know, machining place. It can be whatever. I don't have a name for it. So there's that. I also decided to put the sand at the rock plant, and it goes all the way to the grass part over there. And coming from the grass over here, we have the control point. This hasn't moved really any since last time. But one thing you notice that might have moved is this building. And wait, where's the big building that was over there? Well, now there's a trucking facility here. And this building right here is part of it. Now, the operation, when the train comes in, he drops the cars off for the local, and the local picks it up. There's 2 units usually stationed here. This one comes back, and I'll show you how it does that operation in a minute. But, the car, you have to drop off steel for this plant. And something I've been doing around the plant is adding bushes, because if you can tell, this isn't technically layout level. There's a bit of corkboard and a bit of cardboard, so it lines up with the Easy Track. So, and it's not the smoothest connection, so I'm putting some bushes and stuff. When it's like this, it's, it looks better, but, it's not completely done yet. There will be bushes covering up this track, and I hot glued it so the rail wouldn't move, because it's not glued in the building. Usually coil steel loads, any steel load scrap kind of goes here. Now back to the trucking plant. You can have trailers parked up there. There'll be a lot more semis whenever, I get the money for them. But a lot more semis right there. There'll be marked parking spots. And it's really for transload here. And if you notice, this track is an Easy Track, but it's the lifelike lock track. And you might be wondering, how's that line up with the Easy Track? Well, I'll show you. Right here you have your Easy Track. And I didn't want to buy another Easy Track switch because they're ridiculously expensive. So what I did is I had a power lock switch lying around. I just had to find a way to connect it to the Easy Track. Well, luckily they sell connectors for Easy Track to the power lock track, because it's basically the same thing. And so it's power lock track going into the switch, and the switch cuts off power. So, So what the engine has to do is, when the local comes in and he drops off the cars, he doesn't leave them like this. This is just a train that's been dropped off. But he'll cut away from one car at a time and pull them back in there so they can, fit. And right here you can load tank cars. Really, I'm not going to keep it as a shell thing. It'll be just a random oil holder. So you can load any tank car with whatever. And then you can pretty much load anything here. And then, here's some of the trailers lined up. And there's going to be 2 ways to exit. Ignore the big hole in the middle, but there's going to be a road that continues along there. And if we look over at this right here, that part in the middle, it'll go in there and it'll finish the T for the road. I wanted to do a locomotive update, but I feel like it needs its own video, so that'll come later. But some recent notes is I got this Atlas -8 working after a while, and then I also acquired a Rapido B36-7 DCC and sound for like $160, which is pretty good. This was a really nice eBay find for $50. It already had DCC and it looks good. I like the demonstrator paint job. So that'll be it for this layout update, and look forward to more layout updates, layout videos in the future.